guys, what's up? We're here with an impromptu between rounds with an old friend of mine. Well, you're not old, but we've been friends for a long time. Phil Migliarese. How you doing, baby?
Thanks for having me. I'm doing well. I'm
super
liking
good.
Phoenix.
Oh, man, super good to see you. We haven't seen each other in a little while. Well, in Philly.
Philly, UFC, and then I don't know, 15, 20 years.
Since. Maybe, oh wait, I saw you in the
Madison Square Garden.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like the lobby or something of a hotel. We ran into each other for a couple minutes.
Yeah. You were working
This
hard.
guy whooped my ass so bad in jiu-jitsu. All the time, didn't you? You can tell him.
Yeah, all the time.
All the time.
Yeah.
And
I changed my... No, not really.
The sucky part of that is it was always something different, and he always surprised me. People really didn't surprise me. Not that I was good, but I wasn't willing to take chances. And Phil surprised me like with so many different moves. I have PTSD. I mean, I can admit it. Like, we might as well just talk about it, get some therapy going.
Grappling PTSD.
Yeah, back in the old days. But you have 4 gyms in the Philadelphia area. Is that right?
4 gyms, many affiliates around the country, world, and it's a handful.
How do you like that? Do you like the
Which
affiliates?
Part? Affiliates are easy because they're kind of homegrown. So they're people that like started at my school or built a relationship first, and then they became an affiliate. Yeah. I don't seek out affiliates.
No,
they're all friends and basically family of the.
Between you and Ricky, and Rick Migliarese is a badass and a great grappler and a great human being, but you guys are good at what you do. Like, obviously, you're going to attract people to be part of what you're doing.
Just doing it long. That's really what it is. I still love what I do. I still love the technique and, training still. Turned 50 last week, and I'm still training with these young guys. And
still sexy.
Being in your room today, watching the fighters, I was like moving around, itching. I was like, I'd love to jump in there.
You should have gone in there and kicked somebody.
If I was here for a week, man, I'll come have fun. That'd be good.
Oh, you're invited.
Yeah. Next time I come down, I want to have fun.
I was thinking back, like when we had talked about this, and we weren't sure what, because it was such a last-minute trip. But I was thinking back to when you started, and you have some really cool stories.
Yeah.
How did you find out about jiu-jitsu? Tell me about the beginning.
The quick story, Black Belt magazine. We all read magazines back in the day.
I used to collect those.
Gracie in action. My cousin and I flipped to the page. We're like, that looks interesting. Real fights. We have to have it. Got it in the mail. Watched Hoist, Hoyler, all the Gracies take down and choke out boxers and karate guys and just anybody else.
Helson's arm locking one.
Helson arm barring that karate guy. Yeah, I still remember
so
that.
Fast.
He is quick. And I grew up in a boxing family, so I'm 4 generations boxing in Philly, Italy. And I'm like, man, I always knew there was like another way of fighting. My uncles and my dad and my grandpa and my brother, all fast. And like, I'm like, how do I get around that? Jiu-jitsu was literally the answer. Like, move, grab, floor.
I love it.
Yeah.
So how did you find out? Like, you found out from the Gracie in actions, but
in action that it existed.
When
that
did
was
you start
1988. 1988. Got that tape.
Wow.
Started working out with my cousin, and like I said, I already knew how to. I was born in the boxing, so I understood stance, movement. And what's funny about jiu-jitsu, a lot of the self-defense, hands are up, slip, go in.
Yeah.
Where boxing is slip,
Fire
return.
back.
Yeah. So it felt normal. Just replace a punch with a clinch.
Yes.
So my timing was half decent pretty early. And then an old family friend, my mom was an aerobics instructor.
Oh, really?
Worked for Steve Maxwell.
Oh, no way.
Steve comes over to my house, and if you know Zach Maxwell, world champion jiu-jitsu player, he was a little kid. My mom was babysitting him. And Steve picked the kid up and said, hey, we're going to have a bunch of people. We got a few people over there doing Gracie Jiu Jitsu. That's how he said it. And I'm like, wait, the same stuff? Those Brazilian dudes? Like, I watched the tape. I've been playing around with it. He's like, yeah. Went in. He ran a little practice. And then he was an old wrestler. So he ran more of a wrestling.
He was a tough dude.
Tough
Steve
son
Maxwell.
of a gun. Yeah. He's an absolute genius in the world of fitness.
Yeah.
Absolutely. He has a genius in that area. Of course, world class in jiu-jitsu. But so he ran, like a true warm-up, like a wrestling team warm-up, and then we did a few moves and then conditioning. So he ran a club like that, and that's how we started. And then the Gracies came not too long after. I went to Steve's gym and did, I believe it was the first seminar on the East Coast first.
Yeah.
I mean, we were there in Philadelphia before anybody.
Yeah.
There was no one else. No one in Florida. No one that I know of. And I always say instead of calling us the first, It's like if anyone else was, I'd just contact. I'd be interested to hear who else was doing it then. But
that's early.
People. Yeah, it was like 1990, 89, something like that. That he opened up his fitness gym, and he used the back with just like fold out mats, like with the Velcro. And then eventually fixed the upstairs. So you walk upstairs, a whole academy. So,
cool.
Yeah, like maybe in 91 or something.
Yeah. How did you meet Helson? Because you trained, all your belts have come from Helson, yeah?
I met Helson at an exercise. He came out one time, and I was just like jaw dropped, just watching him teach. And he was so nice to me. I was a kid. I was a child. So I'm like, I don't have money for private. Like, I was like, can I just hang? He was like, sit there. It's fine. He would come to Philly, and then before he would teach his clinic at night, he would do privates all during the day. I was just sitting there like this. And then every once in a while, he's like, come here. Like a little kid.
Yeah.
And then I took, I would save up for privates just to meet, and he took me under his wing and was so nice to me. And like, he reminded me of my family too, because I didn't have to go Master Helio Gracie, even though I would. Helio Gracie, who we were around every day for years, didn't require Grandmaster Helio Gracie. I never called him anything. I said, yes.
Isn't that crazy that people started using the word os in jiu-jitsu?
I have a lot to say about it.
Yeah,
I don't even know what it means, but
dude, we never did that, and we were literally in class with Helio Gracie.
I made a whole room full of people when I was traveling, just died laughing because the guy was like, I was talking, I was showing something, he was like, oh, I was like, bless you, and the whole room just died. Yeah, we're super old school, and it started to get into the culture somehow. Like it's not the worst thing, and I think it was judo and karate. Yeah.
Well, it's a sign of respect.
Yeah,
but
that's why I say it's not the worst thing in the world, but I don't. It's we have a funny sign that says no os zone.
I love.
Did you see that?
Yeah, I love that. I need
os free zone is another one.
I'm pretty happy that they don't do that anymore.
And it's also too, every gym. This is the United States of America. You're permitted to have and build whatever culture you see fit.
Yes, sir.
So we're handshake, hug. Still old school. Helio Gracie never required a bow, handshake, hello. And just, ultimately, like you see in our school, you have like the word respect is probably our top priority. Yeah. Same thing here. And that's, respect yourself, your training partner, your facility. So, and then I'm Italian, so that word goes right along. And that's my dad too. So my gyms are a lot the way my dad would have done it. He passed away about 13 years ago, but my dad shook hands with everyone. He raised us like that.
Yeah. Well, you guys both were always so just cool, fun to be around, easy.
Yeah, we would get in trouble if we didn't say hello or didn't say goodbye. That was
one of the things I loved when we started jiu-jitsu. Like I started in taekwondo, so it's all bowing and osing. Yeah, we didn't os, but theoretically, or but you line up by ranks and you bow to this and you bow to that and you say the thing, and I didn't mind it because I respected the people. And then when I went to the Gracie Academy, I was like, oh, this is where it's supposed to be. Yeah. Like, this is not, you don't need to do that. Right. I respect my instructor.
Well, like you say, it was cultural. So you build cultures in business, or the Japanese culture melting into martial art and Korean, so. Just a bunch of Americans and Brazilians doing it. It's different.
It is different. Yeah. You ever go to a tournament and all the Gracie Baja people start singing Brazilian songs and they're all middle-aged white people?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, they don't speak one word of Portuguese.
Just that song.
Right. Yeah, it's all right.
I always just
And then I trained in the original Gracie Baja, and nothing was like that. No. It was just war, and they had such great fighters there. It was cool. Yeah.
You went to Brazil young.
Yeah.
When did you go?
16, 17, spent summer, changed my world. Because when I was a little kid, I was like almost purple, like I was 4th degree when I was teenage years, 4th degree blue belt. Yeah. And then I turned purple.
I met you as a purple belt, right?
Probably.
I think 2 or 3.
Yeah, I was a purple belt in the 90s. So, but my point, like Brazil, I went there and everybody that I rolled with, I was going with black belts. I was going with, I was like the highest rank guy. When I was like 4th degree purple, I was doing seminars because nobody else was above my rank at that point. Yeah. So like purple belts were more or less black belts at that time. If you saw a purple
belt in America, it was like seeing a unicorn. Like, no, I really saw one.
Yeah, because of the Brazilian politics with belts. And, you asked me, I got all my belts from Helson. Every stripe. When I got my black belt, it was Helio Gracie and Helson. It was blessed.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, yeah, actually my first 3 stripes too. So it always went through his dad, and then, you know, so that makes me feel like, you know, I did it the right way.
Yeah.
But
what was it like going to Brazil?
Brazil was nice. It's just culture shock. But
Have you
I was
always
there.
just loved you? I interrupted you. I'm sorry,
it's
but
okay.
you've always just loved the details of training. Like you
Yeah.
were always such a good student. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I just
I
wanna
remember
learn.
you watching us, whoever, and you're just being curious about, hey,
Mm-hmm.
you grabbed like this, or why did I remember you asking me, why do you do this?
Mm-hmm.
And how did that serve you well in Brazil?
Yeah, oh, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I had to learn a little Portuguese to ask those questions. But I just, you know, even today, man, I'm always trying to be a sponge. And then if I can help, obviously, I'm like, my questions from back in the day will help you now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, because it's all different body types, as you know, as a coach, temperament, speed, all those elements, you have to change the game somehow, you know? So not everyone has the same game and the same skill sets. So that's what I've always been curious about and kind of like fascinated by, you know, like, why is this, like, am I going to be as fast as Benson? No, never.
Yeah.
Never. That's some fast twitch, unreal speed, you
Yeah.
know? So how people accomplish the same thing by different means.
Well, one thing I loved about you always, and that it's something I wish I had done better, is not be scared to, like you would see somebody be good at something and you'd go in there.
Yeah, I want to go. I
Oh,
want to train.
I gotta feel that.
Yeah, I want to kick my ass.
And
please.
meanwhile, I'd be like, oh no,
Yeah.
I better not let him do it to me, rather than being curious about it, which
Yeah.
I think led you to be such a good player in jiu-jitsu. Not trying to overdo it, but
No, I know what you mean.
in my mind, you were great. Like you were really
appreciate
the
it.
best at it. And now that I'm a coach, that attitude of like, hey, I want to learn this. I love this. You weren't afraid to compete and lose.
Right.
It was okay.
Yeah.
And that is the key to growing.
Because it's all an experiment. That's all. I went in there like to compete against some guys that were just ridiculously good. I'm like, there's just an experiment. See what happens today. And then I can come back
Were you
tomorrow.
like that the whole time? Is that from your dad, do you think, or just your nature?
My brother's like that too.
Yeah.
He'll go in there, fight anybody. You
Yeah.
know. Yeah. Like, what do you have to lose? What are you losing? No one remembers my fights anyway. So what do you have to lose? You know, like who remembers how many times I tapped, how many times I did? Like, that's what I figured. Because I've always like tried to imagine the future.
Yeah.
Like my biggest joke in class, I'm like, all right, how many of you guys know my national medals from the 90s? Tell me which ones. And they're like, huh? I'm like, nobody
Great.
cares.
So let's go.
Yeah, let's right now. And I've been like that with literal wrestling because we're blessed in Philly to have the regional training center.
Yes, sir.
And University of Penn and Drexel, all these amazing wrestlers. My one gym is in Center City, Philly. It's only 2 seconds.
Wow.
So I built a relationship for the last 23 years with some of the best wrestlers on the planet. And guess what I do? I just pick their brains. I go, what about this? I love wrestling. I love judo. I try to do it. My main study is how to keep myself safe on my feet without getting hurt. All the reversals and like tire people out. And then the takedown second.
Yeah.
It's just, we all want to learn the takedown. And it's too obvious.
Yeah.
You know, you have to hide and you know,
Well,
get
and
your angles with good
You
takedowns.
do open yourself up too.
Yeah.
So when you learn the defense first, you're going to find some more openings off of that as well.
But yeah, so they wanted to learn jiu-jitsu. So luckily I was in a good position where I'm like, what do you want to say? What
do you think Steve Maxwell, his influence on you helped with that? Or was that just you no matter what? Like he was a wrestler.
I have Steve's voice in my brain for the last 30 years because he was, like I said, physical fitness too. He's a conditioning coach. And it's like, don't you fucking quit. Don't you take that breath and keep on going. Like that sort of stuff is a big deal.
It is.
Yeah. So I have that because I went through, I would rather fight somebody than do that workout. Yes. But I forced myself to do that. No, you know what I mean, right?
I do.
Push-ups, like the guys at the end of their class, I just saw in their eyes, they didn't want to plank. They didn't want to hold that plank, but they did because they were supposed to.
Yeah.
So it's part of being coachable. And it's part of like you need to stay in that plank because you're going to be in something that you don't want to be in anyway. In that
you got to learn to suffer with grace.
You have to suffer and enjoy it. So I have a little piece of him on my brain. I got my dad. Yeah. My dad's humble. Like my joke, like he didn't like the idea of talking shit. You know, it sells fights if you're good at it and it's natural. But the worst thing in the world to ever do is eat your words.
Yeah.
Oh God, I couldn't imagine doing it. Like, yo, I'm gonna kick your. And I would be if I were fighting in the UFC. I would like, let's see what happens here. If you like, that's how I would try to sell it in a more like mathematical way. I was like, I saw the jab. I'm gonna see if I could, you know.
Yeah.
That's how I would sell it, like that, instead of talking BS. Because everybody you know, at the end of the day, some of the guys you fight become your best buddies.
100%.
Because you spent 15 minutes in a very intimate, evil, you know, encounter and got through it together.
Well, we were just talking about that when you roll with people. You get to know them.
Sure.
Like, it's almost like you absorb some of their
Instant
personality.
psychology, yeah.
Yeah.
You're like,
you know,
I don't like you, but I'll keep training with you.
100%.
Yeah.
And so I think at that highest level, you know, you spend your soul in 15 minutes with another guy.
Yeah.
You see guys hug after fights, and that's real.
Yeah, and then sometimes, like, thank God we just did it. That this thing I've been thinking about, dreading maybe for years. We did it. And generally, like UFC, you don't see it run again, generally.
No.
You don't see it second, unless it's, you know, championship. Or,
Right.
So they're like, we got it out of the way. It's good. Now it can be, you know, training partners.
We talked about this. Somebody wrote me. Actually, it's funny because somebody wrote me today. I talk about it being... It's a competition, certainly, but it's a collaboration. Like, you're creating something that's never been made before. The two of us right now are doing it. And so you get in that ring, yes, it's a fight, but you're also creating art.
Right.
And a moment like that's going to define you.
And then change the game, too, because these kids are watching. They implement what they see, and
it's magic.
It's super interesting.
It really is.
Look at the calf kick.
Yeah.
Just saw one person like cripple somebody a little bit with it.
Yeah.
And then like, so I started Muay Thai 1990, right? One of my original coaches, it wasn't a big dude. He couldn't kick a tall guy to his thigh, kick the calf.
Right.
And he would, "This sting the calf," he said, "This sting the calf." And then he went, we were talking about the lefty and righty.
Yeah.
He would purposely change. Throw 1-2, move away, switch his stance, inside calf kick, outside calf kick. Because, like I said, he couldn't get up. I never really understood it until I saw it really. Like, I would kick there just because you don't want to get your leg grabbed sometimes. But,
Did you see the video that we just put out with Ben?
No.
He just did a technique video.
Oh, did he?
And he dropped Frankie multiple times. It's on between rounds.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're on the right place.
There you go. But
Scroll.
Benson did it, and he talked about why he did it. He Kyokushin karate guy did it to him in practice. And he was like, that feels terrible.
Yeah.
I'm going to do that to other people. And he turned out to have such good timing with it. But like Nate Diaz in a championship fight dropped him multiple times.
Yeah.
Gilbert Melendez in a championship
made Nate
fight.
Fly.
Frankie Edgar in both his championship fights, he dropped Frankie with leg kicks, calf kicks, and it wasn't from the power of the kick; it's from the timing. And nowadays, people are getting so good at it. Like, you hit the right spot, you can really cripple somebody for the rest of the fight.
Yeah, I think it's amazing.
Yeah,
but like innovation and seeing that and having the confidence that it works. As long as you don't go shin to shin.
You know the old Leo, what's his name? Leo DiCaprio. Did you do that when you see Ben kick him? I know that one.
No, I think it's cool, man.
Well, that's awesome. So then what led you to the Gracie Academy? Which is where we met.
The opportunity was presented by the Maxwells, and he was part of the instructor program.
Yeah.
So that's what it was. Gracie's are opening up an instructor program, but you kind of have to move there, go there, live that.
Yeah.
You know, we were 7 to 7 at night, 7 in the morning, 7 at night. Training, teaching, cleaning, talking to people, you know. And I was a kid. I could do it. You know, right now, could never do it.
Yeah.
But then I could, you know, do it. And then the topper, they said, "Oh, and Helio Gracie's going to move to California for a little bit and be there." I'm like, this is done, dude.
Yeah.
And now you got to remember where I was when I was 17, right? So it was January 13th, 93. Car accident. Smushed.
Oh, that's right.
And it set me back for about a year. Everything was broken. But it put me in a mental state where I'm like, man, like I had like full consciousness, you know, like I'm 17. I just lived through, you know, a bad event, brain damage, like all.
I remember you telling me about the details. It was horrible.
Yeah, bad broken hips, all that bad stuff. And I'm laid up thinking about the rest of my life. I'm like, you know what? We're going to put college to the side I did it creatively. And I'm going to go out. I'm going to go out and do this thing. You know, I wanted to pursue the two things that I love at that point, like big time. And I still do, jiu-jitsu and yoga, right? And so I was like, all right, I'm doing this thing. I'm going to go out there. They said, you're in if you want it. And I got it sponsored, paid for, and all I would have to do is go out there and, you know,
do your thing.
Do the thing, you know. And like I said, the coolest part was Helio Gracie. And he was like the most, I mean, you know, he was like the most gangster dude ever.
I was there maybe a little bit before you came. You had been there before.
I wasn't there permanently. I would go 3 months and go home. You know?
Started earlier than I did.
Yeah, I stayed for 2 months in the summer.
But I remember I was there and Helio wasn't there. And it was like the next summer.
That's when I moved there.
Yes.
Yeah. So we got the apartment and, you know.
Who'd you live with? Was Ricky there too?
Rick came out a little bit after that. Renato.
Oh, yeah.
And a couple other people.
Yeah.
And then I roomed with Eric and
EFM.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then Mark I lived with too.
Man. Mark
Oh, man. Rest in peace.
Yeah. God bless. He was a funny character.
Yeah, he was. I would call him Serious Mark.
Yeah,
I was like, "What's up, serious guy?" He's like, but I came out. You have to remember.
That's a pretty good face.
Yeah, I came out as a 16-year-old kid, and they go, "Mark, help this guy out, this kid." And then I'm playing around all the time. I played around a lot more when I was a kid, but he was like so serious. And then I chipped away at his like not wanting to smile to smiling and laughing at my stuff. And we were all training partners, and he was a great dude. He was really a great dude. But he's like, I'm an adult stuck with a kid.
He was a super solid human being.
Yeah.
If Mark said he was going to do something, he would do it.
It's a fact. And he did that after we were at the academy. We did a bunch of things together too. And God rest his soul, man. It's a shame.
What do you remember? Yeah, he was so funny. I remember I caught him in a triangle once. I didn't finish it.
And he was unnaturally powerful.
Oh, he was strong.
Super powerful. He was a big dude.
Big old hand. Just grabbed my leg, just ripped it open. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, not today.
Yeah, I never had an easy match with him. I just try to... I frustrated him a lot.
He was really good at privates. Like, he had a lot of good private clients.
He had a full book.
Yeah, he really did. He did a great job.
Great people, like pretty important people, too.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I mean, LA was full of that, but
he was good at that though. Like making people feel good, teaching them some jiu-jitsu.
And he showed up on time. He was before. he was fine.
Oh shoot!
No, he ran a good book.
Well, what do you remember about that time? So Helio was there. But what was it like for you?
So, like I said,
did you miss Philly?
No, I didn't even think about it. No, I was just like, this is wherever jiu-jitsu is. This is what I'm doing. Of course, missed family. But. I don't know. Honestly, it was such an early time, right? And in Philly, there was literally one school.
Yeah.
One. And no one else that was good or notable and so I'm like, and then like if I learn techniques, part of it is like, I'll spill my guts to you. And that's one thing that at the academy, I realized no one spilled their guts. And when I did it, people were talking to me like, look, keep it to your...
Yeah.
I couldn't. I was
Which
just
is
like,
weird.
Yeah. I was just like, I was like pulling, I was like, yo, let's explore this. This is science, like I saw it like that. But on the other side of that organized system of Gracie Jiu Jitsu is a very good thing for a brand new student, intermediate student, or just to have like a fundamental base for anybody.
I agree.
So we didn't need to experiment. It was already done. So that was the point of that. But I like to, play with standard, and then let's see the mild deviations from the game or the grip or whatever, because we're all different. So
well, you did that really well. That was something like, I almost call it drinking the Kool-Aid with the Gracie way.
I went. I don't know, man. I was just the biggest fan of Helson and obviously Hoist.
Well, and Helson was deviated a little bit from that.
Yeah, he's the black sheep of the family, man. He's wild.
Yeah.
So, but listen,
some of the
man,
stories
you talk to any of his family. They have Helson as the top.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. But he's not, like what they were marketing then.
Yeah.
He wasn't good for that marketing.
Yeah.
And I get it because he was wild. He would go in the UFC and just get on top mount and you beat your face in.
Yeah.
But doesn't show what the average guy can do. You know what I mean? Hoist showed everything. That was cool.
Yeah.
How you can fight on your back, on top.
We kind of had to.
And
especially with those early rules, man.
Now look at Helson early days. Big neck, like he was stout. Yeah. I mean, like I said, everybody that's close, they're like, that's the dude, but it's just
the mean one, the street fighter.
Yeah, he'll
I remember,
but he's also one of the nicest people and the most giving, and
he was super gracious.
Yeah, super nice.
When John Burke and I went to Hawaii, he was awesome with us.
Yeah, and he's
not on
definitely
time
like that.
ever.
It doesn't matter. He's Helson Gracie.
Yeah,
it's
ever.
But he had people there to start the classes, and I was there when I lived with him. I was just there at the academy, and then I would start stuff, the beginner class. Yeah. And funny, when I lived with Helson, Helio Gracie lived with us. I lived in the same house as Helio Gracie. Oh, yeah. That's probably one of the... So two of the most nerve-wracking things I've ever done was compete in front of Helio Gracie teach in front of Helio Gracie, right? And the first time I taught in front of Helio Gracie was before the instructor
academy?
program. Yeah. And I was there and I taught the beginner class. And what does he do every class? He didn't like correct anything in class. He waited to the end. He was like no English. That's why I'm doing that.
Yeah.
And my Portuguese was junk. And then I got a 2-hour private out of it.
Oh my
after.
gosh.
That's why I just let whatever happen. I was like, make me better. You know, like I'm like.
See, that's a metaphor for your training too. Like you're willing to just, hey, let me see what happens.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Because most people will play it safe. Like, oh, I just got to be careful. I can't risk it.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that's one of the defining things about you, is that you're not scared to try the next thing.
Did you ever hear the story about Huron Henner and 2 other people at the academy? So at the Gracie Academy, we learn how to teach class, become badasses, clean like OCD people.
Cleaning's in there.
And make shakes.
Yeah.
So there was
the smoothies.
Yeah, the smoothie shake, right? So I was right near the smoothie bar. I don't know what was going on. And then Huron Henner say something to the grandfather, and then a couple other people were there. They said this, and he's like, Phil, da 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 da. And Helio Gracie looked at me and like came over to me, and he goes like this to my face. I'm like, why is he so close? And he like goes like this and goes, pow, hits me in my neck with the hair chop. They told him Phil doesn't believe that move works. They were trying to get a rise out of their grandpa, because I had been talking about something like Philly people sucker punch each other.
Yeah.
I was like, you have to be slick on the street, not to turn your back, not to, you know.
Yeah.
And we were talking about all that, and then I was joking. I was like, just knock him out. Like I was saying, that hair chop's not going to work. I was like, just uppercut. I was just joking.
Yeah.
And then I got suckered by Helio Gracie on my neck.
Bastards.
And dude, my hands are big. Helio Gracie's hands were same size as mine, and I'm like 6'2".
Yeah.
And he was, much smaller than me. So,
my memories of Helio, it was great, like amazing. I remember one time we had a class, and it was a Saturday morning, and nobody wanted to be there. I was fine, I was there, but like some of the boys hadn't been out late.
Gotcha.
Call us in, they're mad about whatever, can't pass the guard. So we're working, and I was working with EFM, and he was not in good shape. Right. And I remember Kaiki was there. Kaiki was my roommate at the time. He had just moved to there. And Holker was there, Horian, and Hoyce. So those 4 are running the class, and Helio's storming around the back. And I remember he stops. Stop! And he brings him in. And he's yelling at him. And I knew enough Portuguese that he said, you guys don't know shit.
Yeah.
And I just looked over at Eric. I was like, well, if they don't know.
Yeah. What do we know?
What the hell am I going to do?
Yeah, that's what I was like.
And then Kaiki came back over. They spread out. Okay, ready, let's go. And we start drilling. And Kaiki was my roommate. I go, hey, you guys get in trouble or what? Like laughing, making a joke. And he goes, man, Helio Gracie know too much jiu-jitsu, man. And he meant it. Like,
yeah.
Like with a ton of respect in his voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I agree.
He was pretty mean.
Yeah, I know.
Like I saw him do some mean people to some things to people.
I did too. I'm just not. Yeah, they'll remain in the
He's
the
awesome.
archive.
No, but he's so smart.
Yeah, but like I said, he had that like old school. Like
Yes.
I came from Philly. I'm used to old school like Italian dudes who are just tough as shit and just like they're
and
that
kind of
big.
rough around the edges too. Yeah.
And then, but he had that balance. That like I'm not saying it was street, but enough street and enough sophistication to that balance.
Well, he would have fought you at 90 years old.
Yep. Yeah.
He would not hesitate.
Yeah.
If you wanted to go, he would go.
And then I had so many matches with him because he just liked to play.
Yeah.
And that's like early Gracie Academy, and then towards the end there, I think he was tired.
Well, he got
he's getting older. He was almost
80-some years old.
80-something years old. Yeah. But he used to get on the mat with
but
us.
Still would love to get on the mat.
Just doing
so
all the 100% perfect self-defense, like defense.
Yeah.
Right.
I remember seeing videos of him training with Helson and with Hickson. I remember I'm trying to remember when it was.
Green mats.
Yeah.
It was Helson's. It was the farm.
Oh, okay.
The farm has the.
He's like Helio goes to show something, right? And Helson's teaching. Helio jumps in and there's a big guy, like guy my size, And Helson's nice. Aliens, and he goes, "Don't break my daddy."
Yeah.
And the guy just blanched.
Is it the guy that squeezed his ribs?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, because you can know, like you say, one of those guys, if Helson says that to you, you better not break his daddy, because it's going to be hard on you.
That's so crazy. He went bananas on someone. He did in the Poconos in PA. He did this large camp in PA. Helio was there, and we were all there. Some dude squeezed him a little bit. Yeah. Oh, kids were on. Everybody was like about to pounce on this dude.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
People are crazy. Like, the guy's 80 years old,
80-something years old.
Like, let's
leave
just
it alone.
If you need to let him win one, it's okay.
Yeah.
So how long were you at the Gracie Academy? I was trying to remember how long we were
in the
there.
beginning, I was on and off. So, like I said, I balanced college pretty nicely. I went to Drexel, so it was like 3 months in school, 3 months travel. So I would go academy. I would go because it was informal for me, because I didn't commit to the full, program at that point,
think
because
that's
it was fractional.
good.
Yeah, because
Kept you fresh.
I got experience too. I went back and I taught, and it allowed me to go back and forth. So yeah, I balanced college. I went to college for a long time, but I also went to every jiu-jitsu competition and went to the teacher training. So when I first went out, I would go almost every summer in the 90s, and then throughout the year, and I would alternate between Helson and Gracie Academy and Brazil. So. And I did that for years. And then
awesome.
I came back from that and then I think I was at the academy for 3 years straight. I'd lived in California 3 years straight, whereas I was just going 3 months.
That's when I was there too. Yeah.
And then 2000-ish, came back to Philly.
So when did you train with Steve the whole time too, right? Basically,
if I
Helson,
went back
Steve,
home, I was training with Steve,
And when did you open Balance?
Balance.
By the way, one of the coolest names for a jiu-jitsu school ever.
When I opened, everyone was like, "Oh, this is not good. This is." I was like, "Dude, this is my study as a child, like Zen Buddhism and all." I was like, "That's, you need balance, right?"
I loved it.
So for us, what I tell everyone, it's like, it's the balance between extremes, obviously.
Yeah.
So you have tradition and evolution. So you have like what others have done, and then what can be done, and you kind of figure that out. I think it's cool to know, like, most people would consider me like old school jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
But I know all the new school stuff too. Yeah. So I just keep studying.
Yeah.
And the guys that do new school, I'll do some old school thing on him. You're like, what the hell was that?
Yeah.
And then an old school guy, I'll do something nuts, and they're like, what was that?
Yeah.
So you have to know when to use the tools. So, So you have to know both. So that's balance.
Yeah.
And when I opened, they're like, why don't you call it Helson Gracie this or Gracie? I was like, my last name is too long. My last name, no one's going to write my last name, Migliarese.
Yeah.
So I'm like, balance.
It's good on a t-shirt because it covers the whole chest, the Migliarese does.
Yeah, the whole chest and the shoulders.
Yeah. It goes around the back. But the M and E meet.
The other strange thing is that I actually owned a production company. I used to do photography.
Yeah.
So I would do like headshots and stuff like that. And my company was Balance Studios.
Oh, really?
So I had a corporation already intact.
Oh.
And the way things were going at the Philly gym, everything was breaking up. Steve's my buddy for life, but the whole world there was breaking up.
Yeah.
And I got kind of pushed to the side a little bit, not by Steve. I got pushed to the side, and I was kind of forced into opening a gym. I didn't want to, man. I was going to be his guy, his partner, whatever. That was my plan. And then I was like, okay, I have to do something here. I was like, I'm not spending more money on opening a corp,
Yeah.
So I'm like, does Balance Studio? I was asking her, does Balance Studios work?
I like
They're
it
like,
a lot.
I like it.
Yeah.
I'm like, you sure? I was like, we call it like Balance. Like I'm going to Balance and like it's fast. And then it just stuck.
Yeah, I always loved it. So that was when? What year was that?
2002.
Wow.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Yeah.
25 years now, almost 20, 24.
Yeah.
Whatever it is. My math is awesome.
Something like that.
That's a long time.
No, that's a long time. Yeah.
Things don't last that long in this
I was going to say, this industry, someone with a new school, I think industry shows about 2 years. Because there's that hype, like, oh, so-and-so, and then it's going to be way different than the other, and it's not.
No.
And then some people are just so special and they're supposed to lead that it works forever.
Yeah.
Not that I'm that person, but I enjoy not only, like I said, I like techniques. I like to see the way other people lead too.
Yeah.
How do you lead a class? So when we do like our curriculum, My beginner curriculum, it's set in stone. It is what it is. You know, it's week 1, week 2, it just stays. And it's worked for 3 years, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
24
23
now?
because our balance shirts, I'm going to send you one. It's a Michael Jordan shirt.
Oh,
it says
is it?
balance instead of the Bulls and then 23.
Oh,
so
nice.
They're nice.
Nice.
But our mixed level class, like, you know, could be a white belt and a black belt in the class. Instructors outside of me or my brother, because I figure we could do what we want. We earned it.
Yeah.
Whatever I feel like that day. But it's 20% curriculum and
Wow.
80% creativity or your game.
Yeah.
So you're sharing your way, and it works. It's been working.
That's awesome.
And the instructors like
Freedom.
and then they also like a bit of structure. So it's good.
Well, I think you start like anything. You have a bit of a base to work from, and you get a good base. You can fly wherever you want.
Yeah. So, so it works. And then the business model I keep super simple, and you know, just copy and paste.
How did you feel like the teaching from the great? For me, Jorge Gracie is the best teacher of anything I've ever taken. You know, took me 7 universities to get a college degree.
I agree.
I played every
He's a
sport.
showman too.
That's part of it.
That's the
though.
other thing. And he came to America to act. So
I guess
he
that's
used
right.
a lot of that, you know, improv sort of. So
Stage presence.
I went to a school, like it was a performing arts school.
Yeah.
Believe it or not.
Really?
I can't sing. I can't dance. My brother can. But we had
I
drama.
gotta see this.
And a lot of the things that he did with us, they were drama exercises.
Oh.
Yeah. They were like acting, you know.
I just remember he could captivate people. Like literally, they'd have the whole class go, and then you go like this, and the whole room would go, oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
I love that about him.
Yeah,
and
it was
you know,
awesome.
obviously he knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
But he could hold a room.
Yes, he did. He
As
definitely can.
well as anybody. I feel like that's the most beneficial stuff that I learned from the Gracie Academy was that I got to watch. We got classes with Horian and Helio.
Yeah, voice.
Like Helio was more of a, he just did it. Like he loves it. Like it just came from his
What's
heart.
funny too, you know, like generally, my lineage is all the Gracies basically in my head, and then they kind of treat me that way too. Like I had classes with everyone, even Kaiki too.
Yeah.
I give Kaiki a lot of credit. Like I learned a lot from him. He had slightly different, more competitive stuff sometimes, and he's another guy that was outstanding even as he got older.
Yeah.
Dude,
He
he
helped
smoked.
me a
I was
lot.
a good purple belt, and he was obviously a black belt killer. He smoked through my guard one day. I never felt anything like it. I was like, I laying on my side. I'm like, oh my God, this is so. I'm like, I just want to learn what he's doing. To do that to somebody else. I'm like, I didn't take it personally that he ripped
Well,
through
and
my
your
leg.
flexibility, your guard.
Yeah,
was
no, I was able to
terrible.
put my toes in, and he was.
He was
no
having
space.
none of it.
Yep, no space. And then he was cool enough because he showed me like what it is that happened after. I still do it.
Yeah.
Yep, I still do the
He
move.
helped me. We
His
lived
passing
together.
was solid.
So solid.
Solid.
And man, he taught me because Hoist used to teach all these different moves, which for somebody like you is great.
Yeah.
But like I knew all these moves, but couldn't implement hardly any of them. So I'd go to sparring and be like, I'm going to do this Hoist move, and it never worked for me. I remember there was right there. I had 2 stripes on my blue belt for like 3 years. At the Gracie Academy. And I was like, fuck. It wasn't really the stripes. It's the idea that you're not progressing.
Right. Or you're not getting
like,
rewarded. Yeah.
Well,
I get
and
it.
it wasn't even the
I was
reward.
a purple belt for like 7, 8 years.
Yeah, but you just want to get better. I don't want the belt, but I do want the skills that go along with the belt. And I remember sitting there and just being frustrated. Horian said something great to me, by the way. He always had the best line. Are you okay, John Crouch? Yeah.
You've never been so close.
You've never been this close.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I got that too.
Yeah, that's a cheeseball line, but it is right. I never have been so close.
Well, I was promised my brown belt, literally, verbally, if I won. Remember the in-house tournaments?
Yes.
And I won the in-house tournament, and I was like,
Nothing.
got it.
That's terrible.
Never got it.
Terrible.
I had to eat that a little bit. That like, it wasn't a sting. I was like, I just want something. Like that thing was cool.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know what the heck that was.
Yeah.
The tournament, basically, it was like you just sign up on the wall, and whoever you're paired with, if they're in the same class, you fight to the death.
Yeah.
No time limit, no weight, no belt. It was just the best
go.
dude the best dude around. And some of those matches were like 2 hours, man.
Yeah. Man, guys were tough, man.
Yeah. I had Burke. He was a freak of nature. Like that dude was strong and very, very good. Who else? Ryan Dykert.
Yes.
Was my good buddy.
God, Ryan's so tough.
Yeah.
He has my least favorite moment in jiu-jitsu for me.
What?
Is that was with Ryan Diker, because so we had a tournament and Kaiki taught me. So the point of Kaiki, he made me drill things over and over and over and over and over again. And it made me pretty good at some stuff. So I went through a tournament. I won 3 in a row in like less than a minute, all 3 matches. I'm like, I'm getting this thing. And I thought, I win this, I might be a purple belt, you know? And I got Ryan in the finals. And Ryan's such a great guy.
Yeah.
And he's so tough. Yeah. And I almost got him, I swept him, almost got him. I got tired.
He's durable.
And he won.
He doesn't get tired.
He broke me. And I couldn't look in the mirror for 3 weeks.
And if you guys
after
don't know Ryan Diker, if you're not Googling him right now, he's 6'8". He's a giant.
Tall.
He's giant.
And super long.
Yeah.
The angles are weird.
And his footlocks are good, and he smashes people. Yeah,
he's such a good guy, too.
Shout out to Ryan if you're watching.
Ryan Diker, you suck. Thanks for giving me my worst moment. So, what's the future hold now for Balance? What are you doing? Are you keep teaching? Are you still liking it?
Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna try to make it the cleanest school around.
Yeah.
Literally clean.
Horn Gracie.
Yeah. But we're going through some updates of the facility. Now, I'm in a city. Like, this place is gigantic. It actually scares me in here. There's so much space. And,
not this room.
Not this room.
Not
but
specifically.
the rest
just
of it.
Need to clarify.
Yeah, just honestly, next year, I committed to just tightening things up in the gyms. The ones that we already have, I'm not opening up anymore. I want to make them better in the gyms. And then enrollment-wise, I want to build all of the gyms, instead of opening another one, let's double the enrollment or add a new program. And then this year, I am bringing back my teacher training courses. So over the years, we have like an apprenticeship one. Yeah. So you follow the instructor. I do like little tidbits and little like secret classes, but I'm going to be a little bit more public about the teaching of the basics, that set your foundation as a teacher, but not just learning, here's the move, but this is how to treat someone nicely, because it's a service-based business and you're not the center of the, the
you want
student's
them to come
the
back.
center. Yeah.
You have to make them,
they have
to
first
like
it's service, second is business,
you're
going
to have a few tough guys that are going to come back no matter what, but there's going to be 3 of them and you, if you're
and
nice
just placing people in the right program. Too,
Yeah.
So I'm really paying attention to that, and I'm actually tweaking the curriculum, because I've been writing down some ways of teaching. Actually, one way is the way Helio Gracie taught the triangle. And it's not like, it's like, you remember how someone passed their hand inside and would teach. So I'm going to go back to that. It's actually a nice template to teach what a triangle is. Yeah. Right? And then what an armbar is, but in a beginner setting that sets you up for self-defense / sport if you'd like. Yes. Because it becomes a sport. You can't fight everyone every day. Yeah. Like I'm saying, take strikes and train all that. It becomes a little sport. You stay in shape. It's not realistic to a street fight, but it keeps you in good shape. And if you already know the street fighting moves.
Yeah, but those skills you learn are realistic.
You just apply them to
the one. Depends where you apply them.
You're just staying in shape.
You want a whole bag full of knives. If you don't need them, it's great. But if you have one knife and you need another one, you're in trouble.
Yeah. So we do at Balance Street Week.
I like that.
Yeah,
I've seen Ricky
fun.
do that.
Yeah, so much fun.
I wouldn't fight Ricky. He's scary.
No, I don't think anybody should.
Yeah, that mean son of a gun.
Yeah.
He beat me up too, Ricky. I remember. God dang it.
He's like the guy in Philly that UFC fighters go to and get their butt kicked. It's crazy. And then they go, you should fight in the UFC. He's like, no.
I'm good.
My dad, like I said, we came from boxing. We came from boxing rule set. And then the people around boxing, my dad didn't like any of those people because, the betting's involved. And all. So he had that mindset about fighting. And my dad, he's like, no, you're not doing that. You're not doing that. He'd never let us do any of that, And then we would like sneak in the jiu-jitsu stuff. He's like, what is this? Getting hit? He's like, all right. It's grappling. It's all right. It's all right.
Meanwhile, you're taking challenge matches.
Yeah, challenge matches. And that was wild. I tell people that. They're like, nah. I'm like, no.
It doesn't happen now.
Little bloody rooms that people didn't believe this thing worked. And
when they
we
found
were
out,
first in line to like, if someone wanted to fight the Gracies, they're like, terrific. Okay. With the camera. Fight John Crouch
Have
first.
you signed this waiver?
Yeah. Fight John Crouch. He's a blue belt. And it gets his...
Those old films are crazy to watch.
Those are crazy, yeah.
You know what I mean? And because we didn't really work on anything about fighting, competing. Yeah. We just worked jiu-jitsu, like straight Gracie Jiu Jitsu. Yeah. And nowadays it just seems so...
sporty.
Yeah.
I think both are great.
Yeah.
I always say it's always like what arena are you training for? Yeah. Meaning, and what's available? A bunch of people on a mat laying down that don't want to get hurt, just kind of rolling around. you know, how many people fight in the UFC, how many people fight in MMA, and then how do you replicate
and
a
if
street
you're
fight?
fighting in a street,
Yeah.
you're doing the wrong thing. Most of the time, most people don't fight.
Yeah.
And if you're looking for that, then you're doing the wrong things anyway.
Yeah.
There's no balance in that.
Yeah.
You know?
So, yeah, that's just bad. So.
Well, dude, I'm so glid you came here.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Really
Thanks for
fun
chatting a little bit.
You were like a big influence for me in the early days. Like
Same.
Your jiu-jitsu was so good. It was crazy.
I don't know. I was just experimenting. I mean, look at all the people we had around us. So
Yeah.
how could you not get good?
I still think of that.
And he said he's not a badass. He's a badass. So I'm
so
gonna leave it at
old
that.
now.
Yeah.
No, but like that whole culture was like for me it was a college almost.
Yeah.
You know, I was older than all you guys.
And we were literally like I was saying, we were the first graduating class of Gracie Jiu Jitsu in America.
Yeah.
That's a big deal, I think.
Well, not
we went
many
through-
people got those certificates.
No. And then, like I said, 7 in the morning to 7 at night, more or less, without getting paid. I mean, I don't know. I didn't get paid.
I paid for it.
Yeah, you paid to work.
Yeah, I remember paying
This doesn't make
$600
sense.
a
This is
month
my new
to do
program.
that.
Yeah, you guys
and
are
then
going to sign up.
Here's the toilet cleaner. You know what I mean?
But it was the privilege. I mean, seriously, it was just being around.
I agree.
You know,
Well, it's a once in a history thing to be around Helio Gracie and Horian Gracie and Royce Gracie when he was the UFC champion.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's
crazy.
incredible. Yeah. So those days were great. And then now we give it to our students.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's good to talk about it too.
Well, it's important, right, to understand the
super
legacy of where we came from so that we can push that legacy forward. I like it. Hey, man, next time you come in, we got to talk because you do so much other great stuff we didn't touch on.
Yeah, we'll talk, and I'm going to come back into town.
This was the old days version.
Yeah, old school.
So,
old guys and old school.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
All right, guys, that's Philly. Thanks for coming in. Philly from Philly.
Yeah.
We'll see you next time.
Bring the band in. Woo! Well, all right.